So, ever since getting this new camera, I'm still trying to figure out where exactly I'm supposed to be looking at, because I've seen the past videos that I've been making and it doesn't look like I'm actually looking at the lens. I'm still trying to figure that out, so please bear with me. So let's just go ahead and get started. In various personal development groups, whether it's recovery based or spiritually based like AA or church or any of those kinds of programs, there is a lot of talk on forgiveness. Most of us have heard the phrase, a resentment is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. And for many of us who have worked a solid program of self-development, we have learned and put into practice the importance of forgiveness. I myself have put this into practice. Forgiving those who have hurt me, cutting the toxic cords that have me tethered to these people. It's become relatively simple for me to forgive and let go. Here's the thing, and I know I'm not the only one that has had to struggle with this, so do let me know how you've been able to handle this. Sometimes we have to make a list of the people who've hurt us or the people that we have hurt, and we need to forgive those people or ask for forgiveness in turn. At the top of our list, it may be our mother, it might be our father in X. Now, shouldn't the first person at the top of that list be you? It's been my experience that I've been quick to forgive other people, but struggle in forgiving the most important person in my life, myself. It's been a long process and it's taking me a while for me to get through this, and sometimes I have to do it over and over again. For many recovering addicts and alcoholics, we haven't had the easiest pasts. We've said and done things to other people that may be deemed unforgivable, and with that comes the shame and the guilt that's attached to it. We carry the shame and the guilt for the things that we've done in the past, and we fear that we aren't of any value because of those things that we've done. I, for one, have been plenty guilty for beating myself up for the toxicity that I've released in the past. So how have I combated this? I've been utilizing this meditation technique that's kind of emotional and really heavy, but when utilized correctly, it's very effective. And I'm not going to do the meditation on here right now because it's going to take way too long, but if you guys do have any questions about it or are curious to see how exactly you execute this meditation, feel free to contact me and I'm more than happy to show you this technique. In essence, I would go into this meditative state and I would go back in time. And in this meditation, you go to the most recent event where you've acted out or you feel that you were being toxic. And for me, I picture that event in great detail. I go to where I was in that moment and where I was standing or where I was sitting, wherever I was. And I go to that other version of myself and simply I just embrace that person. I embrace myself. I tell this other version of myself, I love you, you are worthy, your life is going to be beautiful, and I forgive you. And I do this in chronological order from recent events all the way to the beginning. Any point in my life where I've carried shame over. And I go as far back to the moments where I was just a child, which was my first instance of feeling shame or guilt. And I stopped there for a moment to look at this child who didn't know any better. Now, on a side note, I've often treated myself unkindly. I've called myself stupid, I've called myself ugly, I've called myself unlovable, I've called myself an idiot. Now, can you imagine screaming those words to a child when they're standing in front of you? It's hard to imagine doing that to a child, but it's no different than you doing it to yourself now. You may be older, but that child is always within us. So when I reach the end of my meditation, I look at this child. I'm looking at myself, and I tell this child, I forgive you. You are worthy. Your life is going to be so beautiful. I promise you that. And I love you so, so much. And that's it. And it might be a challenge at first because of the emotions that this exercise is going to conjure up. But I promise you that this exercise has been a game changer for me when it came to forgiving myself. I hope you guys have been able to find some value in this, and hopefully has the potential to help someone out there that may be struggling with forgiving themselves. Now, I'd like to know other methods that you have tried to forgive yourself and letting go of that shame and that guilt that we carry. You guys are more than welcome to comment down below all these methods, and please do comment your methods because you never know, this might be able to help someone out. Thank you guys so much, and I hope you guys have a nice day. Bye.